everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome one and all to episode 147 of In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made out of silver, gold, or indeed other precious metals as well. Last week we did just that in the form of two huge drinks coasters of coins, the 10-ounce Bull and the 10-ounce Valiant. If you've not checked that video out, it's well worth a look perhaps after today's episode. The link is down in the description below. Now, the vote from last week was a clear win for the big yellow shiny gold coin. Of course it was. You are all magpies out there. Thank you for voting if you did. The shoebill and the starfish will be returning at the end of today's episode with one new additional item. So make sure you stick around to the end of today's episode and cast your eye and indeed your vote over what you'd like to see next week on In Focus Friday. But this week it is all about the gold Britannia. Now, in last week's vote, there was really only just the one Britannia for you guys to gawp over, this 2003, but I've decided to incorporate a couple of extra ones in here and talk generally about the gold Britannia range and why I'm picking up and why I'm targeting some of these older style Britannias rather than the new ones. We've got one of the new ones and a couple of old ones to showcase here. Some of you might recognize this one from Wednesday's video. It's a new addition this week to my stack, in a way. It's not increased my weight, but I'll talk about that as we go. Now, as we go through this, I'm going to be talking about Britannias and why I enjoy collecting these. Remember, it's just my opinions on this. I'm not telling you what's right or wrong or what's going to be the best thing for you and your situation. So do bear that in mind. Today's video is not financial advice. Now, this gold Britannia, 2003 gold Britannia, you can appreciate why I've picked it up. It's very pretty. It's obviously very different, very contemporary to some of the other types of Britannias that are out there, and you know, when you look at the kind of old school stylistic look of the 2007 compared with this kind of very modern take on the Britannia in the 2003, that's one of the real things I love about this. It's a very modern, very different approach to Britannias, to gold Britannias, and it's certainly very different to the typical style and design that we've now come to know and I suppose love in a certain way in the form of this coin here, which is the same design you get on the silver versions as well. And for me though, they're becoming a little bit samey. You know, I've seen those now for what, I mean, they're 2013 onwards or 2012 onwards, I believe, for that design. So, you know, very boring, very samey. They have got, you know, an allure to them being a 1 ounce gold coin, and they're of course relatively good price above spot price. If you buy them brand new from from dealers, they can be 4% over spot for brand new 2019 Britannias. I think that's what the price I paid for that one from Atkinson's. However, where some of the real beauty shines, I think, is in the pre-owned or pre-loved section, I sometimes call it, on Atkinson's Bullion. This is where I purchased this particular coin from, and every now and again they will get backdated older Britannias. Now, anything before 2000 and I think it's before 2012, or it could be 2013, I'm not entirely sure. Anything before one of those two dates is 22 karat gold rather than 24 karat gold. So this is 91.67% gold rather than 24 carats. However, that does mean that it's still 1 ounce of gold. As you can see here, 1 ounce fine gold. So in that sense, it's almost like a Krugerrand in the sense that it's going to weigh something like 34 grams. And then when you do the 22 out of 24 percentage, that works out to be 1 whole ounce of 999 worth of gold in this coin. So it's, you know, from that perspective, still an ounce of gold. And when I purchased this from Atkinson's, it was about 3% over spot with postage included, which is a very good price for an older style coin like this. And I do have a number of other Britannias. I featured them all individually on my channel at some point or another, and I will look at some point to showcase all of them off as a kind of date run. That's ideally what we're looking to do. And if you can get a date run for, you know, 2-3% over spot, obviously going back dating and finding, you know, pristine condition coins like that, it's not, in my opinion, the right thing to do. You know, it's very expensive to do that, and unless you're a real hardcore kind of collector, it can be very expensive to backdate to some of these earlier Britannias. Now, you'll notice that obviously this is a different design, and then, in fact, let's have a look at the 2007 one here now as well. The 2007 one is a different design to the 2019 version, and before 2012, I think that there was changing designs every year, and it must have been an absolutely glorious set to collect and an absolute glorious collection to collect. And I have quite a number of them, and they do vary in style and look and feel every year, and it's really exciting to see. And for me, if you're going to purchase some second-hand gold from Atkinson's or Hatton Garden Metals, what better type of coin to buy than an older style Britannia like these? Really very cool. And that's why when this particular Britannia here came up on the silver forum, I did a trade up. I had a couple of spare 2015 1 ounce Britannias in this usual, I'm going to say boring style. It's a very attractive coin, but in this usual boring style, and it just made sense to trade it up. So I sold that one and purchased this 2007. And I think you can agree, whilst both have their their own sort of intrinsic beauties, and of course this one's a little bit more of a bullion grade. It's not as brand new or shiny, and of course it's got a little bit of a scratch there on the field, but it's very, very cool as well. And I much rather have this than just another one of the regular Britannias. So there's a lot to be said about diversifying the designs in one's collection and stack as well. And whilst these are on the second market for not particularly high premiums, that doesn't mean that at some point in the future they won't grow in high premiums. This coin here is 18 years old, and maybe one day that will actually come to fruition and be a little bit more valuable than some of the other ones out there, because it's different, because it's unique, because it's something that's just standing out from the series. So who knows is the honest answer. Of course, I said at the start of the video, I'm not going to tell you that this is the best type of coin that you should go out and rush out and buy. No, by no means should you do that, but I really do like it. I love the way the light plays off it, the different high relief textures. Whilst not high relief, it does have kind of a pretty cool look to it in that sense. And I like the way that the light reflects off it. It's almost very wavy. It's like she's standing on that cliff edge with the rain, with the wind and rain coming. She's got that kind of ancient style helmet that's sort of sticking out over her head. It's very, I don't know if it's the modern Britannia has her with the, so you can see the kind of helmet there that she would be wearing. It's sticking up out sort of, the top of her head. Very cool. It's that kind of Romanesque Greek Trojan, style that's really interesting, that harks back to kind of antiquities. Very, very cool. I really like these, and I think that they're a good buy for the future. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on them down in the description or down in the comment section, and let me know which of these three you like best as well. It'd be really interesting to get your opinions. I think from my perspective of these three individual coins, I have to say I like the 2007. I think the 2007 is my favourite of this bunch, followed by the 2003 and then the regular 2019. I think the classical way that the 2007 looks is a little bit more appealing to me and my kind of background. I'm a historian. I studied archaeology when I was younger, and I very much prefer that kind of old antique, sort of antiquities look to the Britannia. So 2007 for me is the best of this particular bunch, but that doesn't mean that 2003 is not good at all. I like that. It's very cool, very different, very modernistic. And the 2019 is just a bit samey, unfortunately, and it'd be nice to see some kind of change and difference coming into the future, rather than just having, the 2017 Britannia was a bit of a letdown, I think, because there was such a, an opportunity to represent or to sort of mark the anniversary, the 30 years of it, and they just put a tiny little trident privy down in the bottom left-hand corner, which was a little bit dull and boring. So hey ho, you live and learn, Roman. Hopefully maybe somebody will watch from my humble videos, and then you can change the designs for next year. We'll soon see. So that is the Gold Britannia. I really do like them. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. So voting for next week, we've got the two returning items. We've got the shoe bill and we've got the Cook Islands starfish, which has got some absolutely exquisite detail on it. So if you want to see any of those, let me know. And then we've got actually technically two items to show you, but that's just because I want to show you both sides of it. We've got two 10-ounce Garisopa silver bars. Now, the Garisopa was a ship that sank, and this silver was, as you can see, recovered shipwreck silver and made into bars. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about that, find out more about the SS Garisopa and its history, then make sure you vote for that down in the comment section. Otherwise, if you enjoyed today's video, please do make sure you hit that thumbs up button and share it around on your social media. That would be very helpful for everything that we do here on our channel. And if you want to see videos from us in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed already, make sure you hit that alarm bell and you'll get notifications when videos go live. Now tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we have an absolute gem of a coin and an update of a particular series and collection to showcase for you guys, the nautical Rwanda nautical ounce. It's absolutely incredible, and we've managed to get the latest one. So thank you one and all for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead, and as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.